How do you build a brick wall? How do you build a big brick house? You lay one brick at a time. That's how you do it. It's like anything. When you build a house, when you build strength, when you build a business or career, it is one brick at a time. And each time you lay a brick, you sort of learn different things. You learn faster ways of doing things. You get better at placing the brick. You figure out ways to spend less energy and do things much faster. You learn how not to overuse maybe your wrists, your arms, and your shoulders, and you get better at the task. I bring this topic up because building a house or building any monstrosity of a building or architecture is not much different than powerlifting, or Olympic lifting or bodybuilding. It is a process of laying one brick at a time, and on some days you get a lot more work done. You know, you build this house and you just keep laying it out, and it's great, you know. Other days you're not moving as fast, or maybe you're just not feeling that great, or maybe you're just having what you would call an average day and nothing happens. All you're doing is you're getting work done. And a lot of the time, you know, you get hurt or you get injured, or you have a setback, or you miss a few training days or training weeks, or you get, you know, sick or whatnot, that throws you back. And then you can think of it as the wall being broken down, or the brick house being knocked down, right? And then you're gonna have to relay those bricks. That's kind of how it all works. You know, you think about all the people that you know on YouTube, or, you know, in the strength game, people who are really strong on YouTube that maybe inspire you, that motivate you. And you can only think that, it's like, wow, how did I get that strong? Or maybe you don't even think that way, because a lot of the time I don't even think that way. I think a lot of these people that I watch are so far away from where I want to be that I don't even bother. But I still use it as a positive motivator. It's because if I see someone be able to, let's say, squat 700-800 pounds, there's no reason why I can't squat 5. And to me, 500 pounds sounds ridiculous. I know some people that might be watching this video have already squatted 500 pounds, but I mean, you know, it's like anything. I mean, today I squatted, which I'll post later, is 110 pound. If you check my Instagram, it's on there. 110 pound overhead squat. Something a year ago I thought I could never ever do. And it's interesting because I remember it would take me an hour to mobilize for an overhead squat with a barbell. Now I don't have to. I mean, it's still painful to do, but I can do overhead squat with a barbell without any warm up now. Now you think about this, how did I get here? It's day after day, week after week of hard work, lifting weights, stretching, mobilization, and constant fine-tunement in my training. And Johnny Candido, Dan Green, you know, Jason Blaha, all these guys, or even who have I watched a video lately? POG, Physiques of Greatness, with Chris Jones. He's got, you know, these guys have either really strong, or Chris Jones, who's totally jacked. They've worked really hard to get to where they're at, and they've built themselves up, whether it be a channel, whether it be strength, whether it be physique. They took years to get there, and they've been consistent. Laying brick might be a really bad analogy, but, you know, because that sounds really boring and tedious. But weightlifting can be. And if you hate weightlifting, you're going to have some trouble making some gains. You're going to have some trouble making some long-term gains, because a lot of what everyone and anyone has ever accomplished in the strength game is that they have worked really hard for a long time, and they've been very, very consistent. Take a look at Ben Rice, right? Freaking squatting 495 like it's nothing. Or Greg Knuckles even, right? He's freaking super strong, pause squatting 495 for like 30 seconds. So much can be accomplished if you're just consistent and you make gradual progress week after week and month after month. You don't have to make huge jumps. You just make small jumps. Or you just keep the weight at a very challenging number and you keep getting more reps in. Because that seems to be all it takes. You know, you take your time and you push yourself and you really enjoy the entire process. Because I find myself getting frustrated or a little impatient sometimes because of my progress, or I get a little, you know, motivated to push myself because I make these videos and I want to hit the 600-pound deadlift goal, right? And then I think more about it, and it's just like I'm learning that this is a grind. It's a consistent grind of making progress, and that's kind of what you have to look at. Have a long-term outlook, because if you do, you're going to be strong your whole life. Because there is really no end point. The end point is death. And as dark as that sounds, you know, the whole process must be enjoyed, or at least a good amount of it is. Because if you're totally like just sad and beating yourself up or frustrated, What fun is that? I mean, it's okay to have that, because I do get that. But I mean, it shouldn't consume you about half the time, because if it does consume you half the time, there's a good chance you're going to just quit and learn to enjoy the journey. So that's what I got today. Question of the day. What is your 12-week or 3-month rep PR on any of the 3 lifts? Comment below. Thanks for watching. See you guys on the next video.